going to the suburbs of Portland, Oregon, a community understandably racked with fear after two young girls believed to have been abducted disappear in a space of 2 months. Now, the first to vanish was 12-year-old Ashley Pond, last seen January 9th walking to a school bus stop. Ashley might have been written off as a runaway, but on March 18th, Miranda Gaddis, Ashley's good friend, also disappeared on her way to school without a trace. Now, the FBI is asking for your help in solving this heartbreaking case. In Portland, Michelle Duffy, mother of Miranda Gaddis, and here with me, Scott Bernstein, Director of Operations for Child Recovery International. Welcome to you both. Michelle, I understand, and I don't want to point an accusatory finger at the police or FBI or anyone else, that in Ashley's case, they tended to believe that was a runaway. Is that true?
Yeah, we all thought at first she was a runaway, but after about a month, we started really wondering because we thought she would have called someone by then.
Yeah, it would be hard for me to believe a child of that age would be gone that long without contacting. So tell me what happened the day your daughter disappeared.
We got up like normal, and I got ready for work. Miranda was talking about what she was going to do that day because she had a dance competition the next day, and we were talking about it, and then I told her bye, love you, and had her lock the door when I walked out, and that was the last time I talked to her.
How far was it to the bus stop, or did she walk directly to school?
She walked to the bus stop, but it's up our driveway, and then there's a house up at the top, and it's on the other side of the house.
That's it?
Yes, it's not very far. It's like a 1.5 to 2 minute walk.
Okay, and when did you realize that she had gone missing?
They had a half-day school, and after school, some of her friends had called wondering why she hadn't shown up, and she wasn't answering the phone at home, and that's when I got called.
At this point in time, what do the police, what does the FBI think they're dealing with?
Just someone abducting. I just know that they know it's an abductor, but they're not, I didn't have them go into detail about it with me.
All right, well, Scott, that's sort of your line of work. What do you think?
Well, I think at this point, after about a couple of months have gone by, that the chances of them being a runaway are pretty much null at this point. We're probably talking about some kind of predator. I mean, we got two girls associated by the same age, the same profile, the same pedigree. They're walking to a bus stop pretty much almost at the same time, if I'm not mistaken about it, that it's separated only by a couple of months. Similar in hair color and eye color and things of that nature. And as somebody, if in the same apartment complex, it's probably somebody that's been stalking them out for some time, learning their habits, what time they get up, what time they go in, who's dropping them off, who's coming in. I mean, obviously, they're both getting taken to school bus about the same time, and they were friends at one point.
So your reaction is to start sort of door to door in that immediate neighborhood?
Well, what I would first do is I would check the registry and find out where the local sex offenders are located and do a canvass of that and find out what's going on there. And this is kind of similarities ring out of the Danielle Van Dam case, even though we're separated by about 10 years here. There's still major similarities. Another thing I would be doing is canvassing the local areas. This is obviously a local crime. I don't think this is somebody that came out of state and abducted the girls and took them away. There's somebody who's been around, somebody in the county perhaps, and you got to check out certain aspects of where they might be looking. If they're still around, they're going to need some certain needs for the girls. I mean, there's going to be,
well, there's food, clothing, just
correct. There's certain other things, right? If you have a strange person walking into a convenience store asking for, some kind of female items, I mean, bang, there's something that they should look into.
Yeah. What are you doing, Michelle, to supplement the police and FBI?
I do anything that they need, and I'm very confident that they're doing the best they can. And we are doing flyers, I'm out doing news as much as possible, anything to get her face out to anybody and everybody.
And what about the neighbors? Because you've got two children, two babies missing from that one complex. The neighbors all have to be frightened.
They are very frightened. They started bringing the buses down into the apartments at different locations, and they have security now, and they're doing different classes on safety, and people are just really watching out for each other.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else we can do? Anything you can do except to speak out, to show pictures, tell people you're looking desperately for her?
That's all I can do. A lot of people are scared to talk to the police because they're worried that they'll get in trouble or something, and I just want them to know that they're not going to get in trouble. They need to speak up because it can bring home my daughter, And people think that there's little things that mean nothing to them, but it could bring home my daughter, and we want her home.
Well, I understand that she is a Court TV fan. She watches. If she's watching, what would you say?
That I love her, and I want her home very much.
Oh,
she's very missed.
All right, Scott, is there anything else that people can do, that neighbors can do, friends can do?
Well, I would think if any of their friends have any information, if it's still, you can't rule out completely it's not a runaway. And at this point, it doesn't look good. But the fact is, we should look into some of their friends, see if they had any contact by telephone or otherwise. I mean, keep hitting up the children. I know they're afraid of the police in some respects, but somebody should go out, and maybe you got a lot of volunteers out there that can speak to the children, have the parents speak to their own children who are friends of these children, and see if there's any aspect of there is a possibility that they ran away and this is not an abduction of any nature.
Well, Michelle, our prayers are with you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very
Michelle Duffy
much.
and Scott Bernstein. Now, remember the FBI tip line number 1-800-822-0962. You can always go to courttv.com. We'll have the information there for you. Okay, coming up next, we've got an interesting conversation with David Brunner. Don't go away.